How are you? It's been a while. Or maybe it hasn't. Today I want to talk about 4 things that I think are very necessary to incorporate into our everyday lives that the Japanese people already do. Number 1, like the most important and one of the easiest things to do, is to take off your shoes when you enter your house. Now the Japanese have a genkan, and it's that little space when you walk into a Japanese household or a business where they require you to take off your shoes, and that is so that they can contain all the dirtiness of your shoes. And then usually they have a shoe cubby or a shoe rack of some sort that you can put your shoes into. Now, coming from the Midwest, that is something that we used to do all the time, and that's mostly because we had snow. And so you don't want to come into your house with boots covered in snow and mud and all of the nastiness from the outdoors. However, it's not always practiced, and it's not widely practiced across America. When we first got our apartment together, it's amazing how many people will come into our house and leave their shoes on. And we have carpet, so that makes it extra gross because carpet really holds on to stuff. Whereas if you have hardwood floors or you have linoleum or something like that, it's not as big of a deal, but it still is. And here's why. A bunch of article writing type people like BuzzFeed and I Fucking Love Science have been writing articles about the importance of taking off your shoes. And one of the reasons is E. coli. Yay! E. coli is commonly found in poo. And guess what, folks? If you ever go to a public restroom, even if it's just to wash your hands, you are probably getting poo on your shoes. So gross. And then if you think about it, you track that poo into your house because you walk around the city or wherever you are, and you walk into your house, and then think about how many times you've laid on your carpet or your pet has laid on the carpet, and then you go and you kiss your pet. It's like you are kissing the poo off of the face of your dear pet. Or if you have kids too, kids are always on the floor, especially if they can't walk yet, and they're like in your poo carpet or your poo floor. That's super gross. And E. coli, I hear, is not super fun to have. So that is, I think, reason enough to take off your shoes when you come into your house. What we did, we built a shoe rack to house all of our shoes. And it's not just about the E. coli. There are other toxins that you can bring into your house, and there's just dirt, overall dirtiness. California is a desert, so no matter what we try to do with the land itself, it's always going to be a desert. Well, till global warming catches up, I'm not really sure what's gonna happen with that, but it's beside the point. But yeah, as a desert, that creates a lot of dust and dirt. And so we already have enough dust and dirt in our apartment. We don't need to track more in on our shoes. So we take it off and we vacuum frequently. And another interesting thing that I just found out, because I watched Rachel and June's something about their apartments or something. But anyway, they were talking about that Japanese clean the tub after they use it very frequently, if not every single time they utilize the tub. And at first I was like, what a hassle, that's super annoying. That seems dumb, kind of. But then I was like, you know what, it actually seems smart. Why not take the extra 5 seconds, squirt your tub down, and use this handy dandy sponge on a stick? It's so awesome. So we got ours at Muji, which is a Japanese market in our neighborhood, and it's super cool because it comes with this stick and then you can attach different heads to it, which is really convenient. So right now we just have the sponge head because that's all we need, but then it's expandable, and so I don't have to be in the tub with the bleach to scrub it down. I can stand outside of it and just scrub it down. And so lately, after almost every shower, I clean the tub and it stays clean for a lot longer. I think it's a really smart thing that the Japanese people do. Another one that coincides with health is drinking matcha or drinking green tea. I think that this is a very intelligent and smart and healthy thing to do daily. Now, I don't always follow that because sometimes I'm like, gosh darn it, I have to drink like all this water and I need to drink this green tea. But green tea provides lots of antioxidants. It also has cancer fighting properties. And those things that help fight the cancer are called polyphenols, which is pretty neato burrito. And it helps with a number of other things. You can even use it as a face mask. It's also supposed to help boost your metabolism. So that is good if you wanna fight that fat. There is a little bit of a catch though with the green tea. It can cause your body to not absorb certain nutrients as effectively if you drink it right after a meal. So they recommend waiting 1 hour. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nutritionist, so this is just my opinion. The whole 1 hour thing is something that I looked up online, and it seemed to be a general consensus among a lot of different websites like Livestrong and WebMD and things like that. So just so you know. And also, if you do suffer from other health problems, such as you have heart trouble or things like that, check with your doctor before you consume a bunch of green tea. And then the final thing that I think is really awesome that the Japanese people do quite frequently, if not every day, and I think that we should adopt it into our culture more, is the bento box. Bento boxes are basically a lunch box, and it's a lunch that you have created from leftovers usually, or somebody makes it for you, and you take it to work or wherever you're going. And the super cool thing is that there's different designs for different needs. So you can even take soup, you can take sandwiches, you can take pasta, you can take a bunch of different things. But what's also great about it is portion control. And so you can't take any more than what your bento allows, but your bento allows plenty of food. So typically in Japanese, they'll have one compartment that's all rice, and then they put like a salted plum on top. That is a very common Japanese bento part. And then in the other parts, they'll have some vegetables and maybe some meat and whatever else they decide to incorporate and mix around. I really like it. You can see a lot of really cute little bentos. People get really creative. I think that is a lot of energy, but I really like the idea of preparing your own meals, because then that also stops you from going to a fast food restaurant or spending a lot of money on something. So not only is it healthy because you have control over exactly what you're putting in your bento box, but it's also much more affordable because you're either using leftovers or you're purchasing things in bulk rather than just one meal at a time. And so I hope you found that useful, and definitely look into incorporating all or some of these into your lives, just because I really have found that these Japanese things have made my life a lot better. I know it sounds like I'm like, Japan, blah, 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 because I am. It's true. But it's also like these things are, it's hard to deny the intelligence behind them. I think that they're just really smart things. I think as Americans especially, we've become really reliant upon convenience and doing things quick and easy and fast. And sometimes it's good to take a little bit of time with things, because in the long run, it's going to make your life a little bit better. And so these are 4 easy things that I think are super manageable and easy to incorporate into everybody's lives. And it helps to keep you just that much healthier and that much happier in life, I think. And just a disclaimer, again, I'm not some kind of guru. This is strictly my opinion. I hate that I have to say something like that. I would hope that everybody would realize that, but you never know. People are interesting. So anyway, please let me know if you do some of these things, or if you have any other suggestions that are just as awesome or wonderful that you think everybody should know about that comes from the Japanese culture, or even from other cultures that maybe aren't widely used in other societies. And if you liked my video, which I know you did, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe, because I'd love to have you join my little family. It'd be really cool. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.